Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reading my personal statement for you guys. I'm out of breath. I'm literally so unfit, like it's not even funny. Also, my toilet is making weird noises because we have workmen here. Do they have to be so rude? Okay, so I got into Oxford. If you haven't seen my recent video, it kind of blew up. You done? It kind of blew up because I don't know why. I'm going to Oxford in like 10 days, 20 days to do medicine. Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with the noises. I literally don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I'll be back in a second. What I was saying before is that I'm gonna not say one of the sentences in the introduction because it's a bit personal. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you which bit I've cut out. It's literally only one sentence at the beginning. Socioeconomic status and access to healthcare are inextricably linked. This is particularly the case in developing countries. Then I'm going to skip this sentence. After developing an interest in this aspect of medical care, I entered the National Newnham Essay Competition for Medicine to research how the delivery of medical care can be reformed so that it is more accessible globally. This experience gave me an understanding of how low socioeconomic status creates vulnerability to the major diseases which are responsible for avoidable deaths, such as cardiovascular diseases. If you couldn't tell already, I'm actually illiterate. Like, I literally cannot read. As well as socioeconomic status, the media can play a role in access to healthcare. Whilst reading Goldacre's Bad Science, I learnt about the danger that the media can play in promoting harmful conspiracies, like in the MMR autism anti-vax scandal. This idea particularly resonated with me during the depths of the COVID-19 pandemic as I witnessed malicious propaganda being spread through the media. Frustrated by the lack of trust in vaccine efficacy, I was inspired to conduct a research project on vaccine hesitancy. I was particularly shocked to find that hesitancy can be a result of a lack of trust in medical professionals or pharmaceutical companies. During my research, I also became fascinated in the development of vector and RNA vaccines and how these breakthrough technologies have revolutionised modern medical practice. I actually got asked about the vaccines in my interview, and I had prepared for it. I had gone through my personal statement literally an hour before. When you're put on the spot, you freeze. And he asked me quite a few questions, and my issue was I got mixed up between the AstraZeneca, the Oxford one, and the other one. But basically, I was saying the right thing, but for the wrong vaccine. And obviously, these are doctors at Oxford. They were the ones who made the vaccine, so I look like an absolute idiot. I'm literally a child. Look what I did. Basically, I stopped the video to empty the memory card because it was full, and I spilt this ice lolly all over my top. I don't know what to say. I literally can't believe I'm going to uni in 10 days. Back to the video. Yeah, so that book that I read by Ben Goldacre, in my interview they actually said, the tutor said that they didn't like him. So that was a bit awkward, and I wanted to agree with them in a sense, but because it was online, it was really awkward to butt in. I'll probably do another video about my interview experience. During the summer, I entered a Harvard X online course on the bioethics of selling reproductive services and goods. This gave me insight into revolutionary technologies such as ICSI and how scientific knowledge, for example in the case of unbalanced chromosomes and miscarriages, can drastically improve medical outcomes, highlighting the significance of research. The course also raised questions regarding the non-identity problem and its implications on stem cell research, abortion, and the use of technologies such as pre-implantation screening. I found the views of the Down syndrome community, specifically on the use of such technologies, very enlightening. My phone. Whilst completing BSMS virtual work experience, I learned about the fundamental values of the NHS as well as its structure, and I gained an appreciation for the teamwork which is needed for the successful functioning of such a large organisation. I explored the challenges faced in elderly medicine when the most vulnerable patients are confronted with comorbidity. Through another webinar I attended, I learned about the importance of communication and listening in order to build a rapport. I got a sense that medicine is not about treating a disease or its symptoms, but rather understanding the needs of the patient. I now understand that doctors must form a relationship with their patients so that they feel safe and are able to communicate their concerns effectively. Can people like stop texting me? Communication is a skill that I have developed through teaching PE to primary school children from a deprived area. I had to adapt to my explanations so that they could be easily understood, a skill which will be useful to me when I may need to explain a complicated condition to a patient. Furthermore, having been elected as head girl, I have developed the ability to lead confidently. My experiences have further fueled my passion to practice medicine as I have relished leading a group to solve problems and create unique solutions. As I delve more into the subject, it is clear that medicine is a lifelong dedication to the pursuit of knowledge and its application to the holistic treatment of the patient. And I look forward to a career where I will be able to apply my skills to tackle social inequalities where they are present. Mic drop. Okay, that was it. For me, when I was writing my statement, I think I started at the end of year 12 and I had like one draft which was completely different. And most of the stuff that I did to put in it, I completed over the summer of year 12. It was mainly like fear driven because after my school made us write a draft, I was like, I have nothing to put in my statement. So I did a bunch of things and I did way too much. Like, I remember I had a meeting with my advisor and he was like, okay, so you have spoken about 3 books, you've spoken about 3 webinars. Like, you don't need to speak about so many. You can just put one in. Like, it doesn't show that you've done something else. I was like, okay, great. I've just wasted so much time. I went for a month at the beginning of year 13 where I literally just did not read my personal statement. I hated it so much. Like, I'd worked on it so much that I hated it with a passion. And I was convinced that I was going to get in nowhere because I had the worst personal statement in the world. It's not the best one, definitely, but it got me in and that's all I needed. And I think it was actually useful that I stopped reading it because like the more you read it, the more you hate it, the more you change things that don't need changing. And it's definitely more useful to get a second opinion from someone else than from yourself. I was my worst enemy when it came to writing this. I literally hated it so much. That was my personal statement. I hope you got some inspiration from it. I will also be offering like personal statement editing. I will leave all the links in the description, but I've written a guide on how to write your personal statement, which you can purchase. Feel free to DM me on Instagram if you want more information about that. And also I am tutoring currently. Let me know if you would like tuition by DMing me about that too. I hope to be making videos about my time in Oxford soon, like because I'm going in 20 days. I'm so excited. I want to maybe film a couple more sit down videos on like tips about personal statement, but you can also purchase the guide that I've made and then maybe my interview experience because that was an experience, my interviews. Yeah, but thank you for watching. Goodbye.